Good morning, students. The topic for today is universal human values and ethical human conduct. So let's see what we understand by universal human values and what role does ethical human conduct has to play here. Ethics, it is the definitiveness of the human behavior in terms of three things, that is values, policies and character. And when they all come together, it is known as ethics. Ethical conduct, what does it mean? It is that what is naturally acceptable to me and does not give rise to any kinds of conflict within me. That means I am well adjusted with myself. Ethical conduct implies that it is in consonance with right understanding. That means ethical conduct goes hand in hand with right understanding of the reality, and there is underlying harmony at all levels of existence. Ethical human conduct, it is self-satisfying, that is we are well adjusted with the self, people-friendly, that is we have good relationships, and it is universal, it is applicable to all. The definitiveness of ethical human conduct. The right understanding which is gained after self-exploration, it helps us to identify the definitiveness in our conduct, which is also known as the ethical human conduct. It is universal and remains the same for all the human beings. And we are able to understand the universality of the ethical conduct, which is hand in hand with the universal human values. Now we go on to the ethical human conduct, which can be divided in terms of three things. Number one, values. Values are a very essential part of the ethical conduct. They are naturally there, naturally acceptable, and they are an outcome of our realization and right understanding, which is always definite in nature. Next is the niti or policy that should be followed for ethical human conduct. Once we are convinced about the values that we should have, which are necessary for bringing inherent harmony in our existence, we are able to develop an ethical sense of all our endeavors. We know how to pursue things. We always think that we have, and we work towards nurturing this kind of feeling in ourselves, and this brings harmony. It leads us to adopt various policies which are good for the welfare of human beings, which are good for enrichment, which give protection, which help us in right utilization of our mind, our wealth, and our body. The third is the character. Once we have definitiveness of our desires, thoughts, our selections, it gives definitiveness to my living on this earth. Once our character is definite, it is an outcome of our definiteness in understanding what kind of behavior we should have and what is the right way to work. The first one is values. The values or the mulyas. The values of a human being can be the competence in living in accordance with the universal values for all the human beings and the participation of a unit in the larger order. We understand to live in the larger order, that is the natural characteristic or the swabha. These can be divided into various parts. Number one, the values in the self, which are known as Jivan Mulya. Once we are clear about the Jivan Mulya, that they give us number one, happiness. That is, we are definite about our expectations, which are based on selecting and tasting. And based on this definiteness of our thoughts, we are happy. Once we get happiness, our thoughts become definite. Then our desires are fulfilled and there is peace. Once there is peace, there is definiteness of desire, which is known as satisfaction. Further, when there is right understanding and there is realization, we have a feeling of ananda or bliss. We are completely happy. The second is the values in human-human relationship. This is known as Sambandha Mulya. We all know that there are values which have been in us right from the very beginning, which are naturally acceptable. These are known as the established values. And they are 9 in numbers: Vishwas, Samman, Sneha, Mamta, Vatsalya, Shraddha, Gaurav, Kritagyata and Prem. These values are expressed in our behavior with the others, with the society, and with the nature as a whole. And these values which are expressed by us in our behavior, they are known as expressed values. Now let's see how they are linked to each other. When there is Vishwas or trust between people, it leads to complementariness, that is, people are able to live with each other, completing each other's needs, understanding each other, that is Saujanyata. If there is respect for each other, that is Samman, it leads to compliance, that is, people live together as one. There is Sohard in them. Then if there is Sneha, that is affection between people, we can take the example of our parents. We feel affection towards them, the sneha towards them. Similarly, if we feel it for others, there is commitment. We want to do something for them, that is nishtha. Then comes mamta or care, that is the feeling of caring for people around us. If we care, it is expressed in our generosity towards other people. We become udar, we want to do something for them. Then there is vatsalya or guidance. Once a person has knowledge and they want to share it with others, guide others, when they do it without any kind of ego in them, then it leads to sahajata or spontaneity, that is sharing of their knowledge for guiding others, for supervising others. It is expressed as sahajata or spontaneity. If we have shraddha for somebody, there is reverence. That is, we feel that somebody knows things and we should revere that person. Then this leads to pujata or obedience. For example, in a profession, the team leader, if we know that this person has the knowledge and we feel the reverence or shraddha for that person, we obey whatever that person tells us to do. Next comes gaurav or glory. If we have pride in what other people do and we are not jealous of them, it is expressed in our saralta and ease in living with them. Next comes kritagyata. If we have gratitude or thankfulness for what other people have done, it leads to our becoming self-reliant and soumya with them. We feel thankful and it is expressed in our behavior. And last established value is prem or love. When we feel love with other people, we feel together with other people, it leads to our becoming universal or unanimous. It leads to ananyata. The next is values of human being in their participation with a larger human order, that is known as the Manav Mulya. These are 6 in number. The first one is perseverance or dhrita. It is an all-encompassing solution and it means to understand, to live in harmony at all 4 levels. Bravery, it is to understand, to live in harmony at all 4 levels and to be ready to help the others, saving them, securing them and getting assurance for it. Generosity is a feeling, again, to live in harmony at all 4 levels. We are ready to help others and I am also ready to invest my own self and my body and wealth to help the others. Then comes kindness or daya. If the person has the ability but does not have the means to fulfill the needs, ability hai but means nahi hai to fulfill the need, the participation in relation to make available all those means to fulfill the needs of others, that is kindness. Then comes beneficence or kripa. If a person has all the means to fulfill their needs but do not have the ability or competence to use those means, the participation in relation to imbibe or adopt this ability is beneficence. And finally comes karuna or compassion, that is having feelings for others. If a person has the ability but does not have the means to fulfill his or her needs, the participation to make this relation, to make it available to the body, that is compassion. That is to have a feeling for making available for other people those things that they don't have, that is compassion. Now, lastly come the value in different dimensions of human living, that is values in our interaction with the rest of nature. They are known as Vastu Mulya and they generally refer to material things. First is the utility Mulya or the Upyogita Mulya. In this we prepare a physico-chemical object for giving nourishment or protection. It refers to the participation of human being in ensuring the role of the physical facility to nurture and protect and provide means for the body. For example, our means of transport. Example is a pen. It is a means that will make us utilize our hands for writing something and for bringing something which is of utility. Artistic value is to ensure its long-lasting ability to help it and live for a longer time, and the participation of human being ensures the role of that physical facility to help it and preserve its utility. For example, you put a cap on the pen. That is to make it work longer. That is to increase its artistic value. That is the kala mulya. Then comes the policy or niti. The niti is the decision or a plan that we make for the enrichment, protection and right utilization of the resources. The self, body and wealth, they are the three things that we need to utilize in a proper manner, along with all the resources that are there. Again, it has three parts. The economic value, that is the Arthaniti, which helps in the enrichment of the body, wealth and the self. Then political value, also known as Rajaniti, that is you make various policies or rules for protecting the body, the wealth and the self. Then comes the policy of universal order, that is Dharmaniti. It helps in rightly utilizing our body, our self and our wealth. So these are the policies or the nitis or the rules that are necessary to preserve ourselves as well as the natural resources around us. Then comes the character. Now character is determined by the values that we have. It is an outcome of our values, the perception and imagination of our experiences which we have gained during our lifetime. The good character is made up of personal trustworthy relationships, having the rightful means or adopting the rightful means for acquiring the wealth, and being compassionate in our behavior and work. Again, it can be categorized into three parts, that is Swanari, Swapurusha, that is having purity in our conjugal relationships, that is the husband-wife relationships. Then next is the Swadhan, that is when you rightfully produce and acquire the wealth and you utilize it in a proper manner. And finally comes Dayapurn Vyavahar or Dayapurn Karya, that is to work with kindness. Having kindness in our behavior, we become people friendly, and when we work, we should be kind to the environment also, to the nature also, that is eco-friendly. So our character is good when we adopt all these things. So all these three, that is the character, the policies and the values, are necessary for adopting the right ethical human conduct, and that is what our ethics is all about. Thank you very much. You can refer to the notes for details.